Hey, welcome to Physical Embodiment Studio. I'm Courtney Sprawls, a certified personal trainer, and today I'm going to show you how to foam roll your back. These are my favorite ways to foam roll my back. It's simple, but you can spend a little extra time here. And I'm going to go a little faster pace just so you can get familiar with how to do it. But I encourage you to pause the video and spend a little extra time on the muscles that need some more attention. You might feel a little more tense so that you can fully release the muscle. In general, it takes about 60 to 90 seconds for a muscle to release under tension, so make sure that you're holding long enough for that full release to happen. Now, I would avoid the whole pizza roll effect where you're just moving up and down. It really is beneficial to pause in certain points and allow for the muscle to completely release. So, let's get to it. We're going to grab a foam roller. There are different densities, so this one's quite dense. And you can make it more intense by going onto a solid surface. Otherwise, you can make it less intense by going into a yoga mat or a carpet with your foam roller. So, let's find our way onto the floor. Sit down first, and I'll have you bring the roller underneath your thoracic spine where your heart is on your back body, okay? If you have your hair down, I would recommend holding your hair or putting it up in a ponytail because it can get caught in the foam roller. So, ground your hips on the floor to start. Now I want you to find that place where your nipple lines are, and the roller should be about in that area. And your hands are behind your head regardless of what your hair situation is. So your arms are out, your elbows are out, and your head is supported by your hands. From here, I want you to extend over the roller really slowly and carefully, opening through your chest, taking a deep breath in, and then exhale, round through your spine. Start to curve your elbows in towards each other as you dome through the mid-back. Okay, so we're extending through the chest, opening through the heart as you curve over the spine, getting extension of the thoracic. Exhale, pull your elbows together, finding flexion of the thoracic spine, massaging through the spinal region first, and starting to get familiar with the rhomboids in between the shoulder blades. Let's do one more like that. Now we'll find neutral again. Start to lift your hips up off the floor. Make your elbows draw together like they're about to kiss in front of you. So you're rounding through your mid-back, tucking your chin slightly, and then tucking your pelvis. From here, start to roll up your shoulder blades to about the top of your shoulders. You don't want to get into your neck on this one. And then roll down to right below the chest, the bottom of your shoulder blades. Okay, so we're just rolling up and down the thoracic spine with our shoulder blades separated to really get into the muscles around the bones. If this is painful, please limit your range of motion or find a cushy surface or stop completely. One more. All right, now, little tip. I like to bump my hips in opposite directions to get more of one side of the rhomboid. So you might experiment with that by pulling the right hip down. You'll notice the right rhomboid gets a little more attention, and then pulling the left hip down while the right one lifts, you'll notice the left rhomboid gets some more attention. Okay, it's quite intense with this density of the foam roller. So limit your range and stop when you need to. Now, I'll have you get into your lat. So stay on the roller in that region, right at the nipple line. Get onto your side body. For me, I'm on my left side body, so my left side is closest to the floor. Extend your left arm away. Now, right away, I already feel this. This is pretty intense. So you're reaching your fingers, spread the fingers wide, open through the chest, keep your shoulders away from your ears. From here, I move my hips. So the roller goes down an inch and up an inch through my lat. You can't really tell because I'm keeping a neutral face here, but this is quite uncomfortable, so it's okay if you're feeling quite a lot of pain. I shouldn't say pain. It's normal to have some uncomfortable sensations here, but it shouldn't be painful. So be mindful of what your body needs and reduce the tension by adding some cushion to it, maybe with a towel or getting onto a squishy surface. Okay, let's bring the roller a little closer to the armpit. So now it's in the armpit region onto my lat, and I'm going to pivot forward so my heart drops down to the floor, and then I'm going to pivot back, so I'm leaning my shoulders back. Now there's going to be a point where it feels pretty tender, and I want you to stay at that point and breathe. For me, it's on the way back. So you're inhaling and exhaling fully through the muscle. If you need support of your head, you can rest your head on your hand. One more breath. Now find another point. For me, I'm going to shift forward into the pec region. And once you find that spot, hold and breathe. If you'd like to get a little more pec focus, you can shift the roller so it's at a diagonal with the top of the foam roller facing up towards your chin. And then roll into the pec a little bit more, finding a spot that's nice and tender, and breathe. All right, push yourself up. We'll move on to the other side. So switch directions. Since we already hit the whole back body, we're now just going to target the lat on the right side. So bring the roller at about nipple line. Extend your right arm out. Spread your fingers. Support yourself if you need to by bringing this hand to the floor. And we're going to roll by pushing your hips in one direction and then the other. So I'm kind of wagging my tail so the roller will move. I don't like to put a lot of effort into foam rolling, so I don't like to lift my hips and move around. I really like to relax as many muscles as possible to get the full benefit. So we're gonna roll until we find a place that's nice and tender, and when you get there, you'll just breathe. Okay, we'll find point number 2. So that might mean rolling the roller up a little closer to the armpit. We'll lean forward and lean back a few times to find the sticky spot. Move the roller around. Your body is going to be different than mine. So again, the intention of foam rolling is to release tight muscles, right? So when you find a spot that's nice and sticky, kind of not very comfortable, you can hold there and breathe. Again, you might want to hold longer than I'm bringing you through, so feel free to pause and take this at your own time. Now we'll start to shift forward if you were leaning back, and we'll get into the chest a little bit more. Hold it and breathe. Now we'll turn the foam roller at that slight diagonal. The top of the foam roller is coming towards your chin, and we'll get into the pec. So find a spot that's sticky and breathe. All right, finish up that breath. If you have any other moves, feel free to do them now. Those are just my favorite for the upper body, particularly the back and a little bit of the chest. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.